Hi all, it's Crystal here. I know I normally do things like diaper reviews and stuff, but I figured I wanted to branch out in some technology because that's one of my other passions, and we're kind of getting done with diapers now. So I want to start using my YouTube for something else. Today I wanted to stick with the kid theme, since, you know, all of you like my kids. Excuse me. And move to something that I got for my oldest son, which he is now 6 years old, and he wanted a tablet of his own. So in comes the NABI 2. It is a 7-inch touchscreen tablet that comes with a protective bumper. It's supposed to be be able to be dropped up to 10 foot, and it can be dropped on any angle and still land perfectly fine. As you can see, the corners are thicker than the middle, so if it lands on its back or it lands on its front, they're both safe. I have actually seen my 2-year-old kick it across the room, and it still works perfectly fine. Now, some interesting features on this. It does have a microphone. It has 2 speakers on the back. These little nubs here, as you can see, they're little nubs, will hold letters. NABI sells letters for a pack of letters for $24.99 for per one letter per each letter. So they do sell all the letters, but only one in a pack. It does have a camera, and there's a charging battery. On this side, we have a plethora of ports for a tablet. We've got a headphone jack, a mini micro HDMI, a micro USB, and a micro SD card. And of course the charging, which it comes with its own charger. Now, with the charger, if you lose it, you gotta get another one from NABI, because then it voids your warranty. Here is the home screen. You do have the option to start it with camera or just unlock it. We're gonna unlock it. Yes, it is nearly midnight. This is mommy mode. Mommy mode allows you, as the mommy or the daddy, to do whatever you want. You can get on the internet, you can get on Facebook, you can get on Netflix, you can add apps, take away apps, you can do whatever you want. See, I even changed my background. This is the Austin, Texas skyline. I love Austin, I miss it. Anyways, back to the tablet. The bad thing about this tablet that I've noticed, well, that I think is bad, it does not have the Google Play Store. It uses its own specific app, which is, I'm not touching it, there we go, which is the App Zone, which it has a plethora of apps, but most of them are paid for, and I don't like paying for apps that my kids are gonna just not like in 3 or 4 days. So I actually installed the Amazon App Store, which, as we all know, has a plethora of free apps, games, whatever you want, basically. You can get Netflix. In fact, I do have Netflix and iHeartRadio, Kindle. I've got CoinDozer. Got CoinDozer. It does automatically switch from portrait mode to landscape mode, which is a great feature. Now mine, I was just looking online, was bought in October of 2012, so it's a little older. I bought it for $199.99. Now currently this model is actually a 16 gig. Mine is only an 8 gig. That sells for $179.99. Now my 8 gig is expandable up to 32 gig. So whether you get the 16 or the 8, if you can still find the 8, I'm not sure. You can still expand it to the same amount of memory. Now the cool thing about this is you can go to the App Zone or even Amazon App Store and buy apps, and then add the apps to NABI mode. Now, as you can see, the check marks are the ones that are in NABI mode. The not checks are the ones that I keep in my mode, like all of my workout stuff. NABI is supposed to not allow your children to buy anything in NABI mode. The problem that I have is that I'm running the Amazon store, and the Amazon store does not have that same feature. So my littlest bought about $30 worth of coins because I thought it was fine. But anyways, so that was my fault, not really NABI's fault. I was quite peeved about it though. Now, there's parental dashboard, which you can decide what you want your kid to use, your passwords and stuff like that. There's also, my favorite part of this is the chore list, which I don't want to buy any coins. How do I get back up? Cancel. Okay, I'll show you this first and then I'll show you the coins. We have the chore list here, which, as you can see, let's save the changes. Didn't make any changes, but so you can see is fairly nifty. You can put your own chores in there.
Eat your dinner.
And if your kid can't read,
put your clothes
it talks
away.
to them. Now, when they do their chore, you check it. We'll do manage. You check that they did their chore for that day, and then it adds up NABI coins over here. They gotta do, from what I've realized, they gotta do the whole week, or it doesn't give them a NABI coin. Or it could be the fact that I don't have any NABI coins bought currently. That's what it is. Okay, so you go to manage and you click buy coins. Now, what they do with their coins is there's a treasure box in NABI mode that sells apps. Well, what they do with their coins is they buy their own apps, which they're not horribly expensive. For 150, it's $4.99, and I think most of the apps are like $30. So not horribly expensive, not too bad, and it's a very neat way to help your kid learn some responsibility with, you know, eating and doing chores and stuff like that. Now let's go into NABI mode. The screen is fairly high quality, clear. Just like any other tablet I've played with, I do work in an electronics area of a retail store, so I get to play with tablets all day long. The iPad, the Nexus 7, the Galaxy Tab, the Toshiba Excite, which I actually have a Toshiba Excite 10, and the screens are fairly comparable. And with this, you can scroll through and play different games. It came with a ton of games preloaded, like English, math, books, social studies, science, and I loaded a bunch too. It also came with a bunch of preloaded videos and music. See, like we got Handy Manny. And it plays them very well, very fluid.
Hello, tools. Bienvenidos. Welcome to Handy Manny's School for
Those
Tools.
were all loaded. My kids love that.
We're going to learn about a great place.
And you don't even have to have it on the internet. Like right now, we just switched routers, so I don't have it on the internet. And this one is just plain. There's some you do have to have the internet with, some you don't. Spinlets is similar to Netflix. It's a bunch of kids shows that they can watch, and it's $2.99 a month. Then there's Spinlets Music, which is similar. The NABI Cloud, which of course is a cloud. Your treasure box, your chore list, different games you put on here, music, which it came with a bunch of Lori Berkner songs, which my kids love. I walked in their room and they were sleeping with Lori Berkner playing. And it's got really decent sound for a little $200 tablet, or it was $200. Now they've got different types of tablets. They have the NABI Junior, which is made for 3 to 6 years old. They have the NABI 2, which is 6 to, I believe, 12 years old. And then the NABI XD, which is 12 to wherever age. All of them are great little pieces of equipment for little kids. They're to get them ready for, the technology growing. So, that's the NABI tablet. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. I love this little thing. I really do. And just, if you think about it, even if it was still $199.99, compare that to most other tablets out on the market, like the iPad, which is almost $500, the Nexus 7, which is almost $300. Comparatively, this thing is a great little tablet, especially if you don't want your $500 investment getting broken by a 2-year-old or even a 6-year-old. 6-year-olds are still pretty clumsy. I highly suggest this for either Christmas or birthdays or Hanukkah or, whatever event you want to get your little person. Something really neat that they're going to love.